Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Hot Mess Healing Podcast. I'm Justin.
And I'm Kelly. What's up, guys?
What
And my
is
mom
going on?
listening. Actually, I don't even know if my mom listens to this. I don't think she does. I feel like
I
I have
hope
a
my mom.
cousin and one friend that maybe listen, but hi to like my two friends that actually listen to us. We appreciate it.
Hi to all my strangers and my followers because my friends don't listen to this shit and I don't want my mom to listen. So,
Yeah,
hi,
same,
mom.
same. Yeah, we'll keep mom and grandma out of this.
When we're starting to get a little more and more like as we go in, so we're about to be talking some really adult stuff soon. So they don't need
Okay,
to
yep,
be
yep.
here.
After dark, Justin and Kelly after dark. It might be,
I'm
it
gonna
might be
kill
coming.
someone
You
if this
never.
internet
God,
keeps going
that
out.
just sounded bad, but
This
okay.
is why we need an in-person studio for those watching on Spotify and YouTube. The rest of you are just going to hear my lovely voice. There, are we back? Did you hear me?
I think so. Yeah, we're back.
Okay.
Some tech
Yeah.
issues today. We need
We
a
need a
we need
we
a
need an in-person
producer. Let's
studio,
face it,
y'all. We need an in-person studio. So hey,
and a producer.
if you have a business and you want to sponsor the show
Yeah,
and give us a studio, there you go. There you go. That's how you can get the show. Just pay for a studio.
honestly, anywhere in like the Detroit area, if it's a restaurant, a coffee shop, like any kind of space, any kind of space, I don't care. I'll do it in like a woodworking studio as long as the saw isn't going. Sign us
Yeah.
up.
I almost started a therapy practice in like a factory, like warehouse setting once, but that's neither
That
here
would be
nor there.
cool. That's actually that would be fun. I would like to do therapy there.
I know it was like
Okay.
different, but
Anyways, we're getting
yeah.
distracted. Hello.
I know we are
Okay.
distracted. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. So we actually have a letter today that we're going to read you all, and it is very juicy from what I've only skimmed. I have not read it in full detail, but I am ready to get into the story.
Okay.
But yeah, Kelly, before we get into it, how has your week been?
Pretty chill. Yeah, this week's been summer's been flying by. It's like already more than halfway over. Yeah, going on a couple trips. I'm going to Boston coming up for a couple days. I'm tagging along with my friend. So, yeah, that'll be fun. I'm glad to get a little bit of a break, do some sightseeing. Have you ever been to Boston?
I have not, but I want to do like a whole like Northeast tour one day from like Boston
Ooh.
to Philly to New York. Like I just
Yeah,
want to go up there. I want to do one of those New England cruises.
that would be fun. Like especially in the fall when the colors are changing.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
That
Well,
would be amazing.
I'll scope out some stuff for you in Boston. Maybe we'll add that to our book tour list, which we will talk about in a little bit. We're going to come back to that book tour, but you said you have a letter for us this morning, so let's hear it.
We do have a letter for this morning. Okay, so this one goes, Dear Kelly and Justin, I hope you are doing well. We are sometimes. I need to share
Mhm.
something that has been really on my mind, and I would appreciate your thoughts. I'm currently in medical school and recently found myself in an unexpected relationship with one of my professors. All right, cool.
Huh.
Down.
Okay.
Okay, anyway.
Noted.
I will. I was initially drawn to his passion and intelligence, but everything changed when I discovered he is married. Learning about his marriage has shaken me to my core. I truly value my education and career ambitions, and I never expected to be involved in such a complicated situation. I discussed this with my
Mhm.
parents, and shockingly, they suggested I just go along with it until I graduate. They think I should focus on my future and not worry about the ethical implementations. Implement. What am I trying to say right now, Kelly?
Implications?
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Reading is hard
Mm-hmm.
today, y'all. I'm sorry.
It
Dyslexic
is.
over here. So I'm doing it for you.
Yes.
I'm doing it for you. Implications right now, but I'm struggling to reconcile their advice with my morals. I want to do what's right, yet my feelings for him are very real. I feel that I could jeopardize my academic standing and future if this relationship becomes public or if things go badly. I'm torn between my emotions and my responsibilities. What are your thoughts?
Oh,
First of
that's a
all,
tough
write us a
position to
shorter
be
letter for
in.
us because your dyslexic host over here can't read. So
You know what? That's okay. You did it.
I did it. We
You
did
did
it. We
it. You
made it
made it
through it.
through. Congratulations. That's a tough one because there's so many implications in that. Gosh, yeah. I don't even know where to begin. Why don't you try to break this down? Because I'm still processing.
Yeah. So basically, what we're dealing with right now, we're dealing with somebody in medical school. I don't know how deep, but I'm assuming once you're in medical school, like you're at the graduate level. So I mean, you're somewhat
Mhm.
deep into your education. You're dating your professor, which I don't even know how that situation just kind of starts casually. I'm gonna be so real, not judging. I just don't know how you even get into that.
Well, what are the
Um,
ethical implications? I mean, isn't there like a code of conduct for professors that you do not date current students? I mean, I know for us as therapists, I think for our LPC licensure, the APA was saying 7 years. You cannot have any kind of relationship romantic with a former client for, I want to say it's 7 years. But isn't there like a code of conduct for professors that says you are not allowed to date current students? Or, I
I
mean, I
don't
would
know if that's
assume.
like I don't know if that's like a crediting body like designated or if
Yeah.
that's like a school policy. I know with social
Uh-huh.
workers, like we're not allowed to be friends or date our clients ever. Like
Mhm.
it's like an ever thing. Now, I know on the low how often that's actually enforced. That's a whole other conversation to have that I'm not going to get into today. But I
Right.
know someone who got a 6 month suspension for sexting their client, but that's neither here nor there.
A current client, or was
A
it a
current
former
client.
client?
It was a current client, and they discovered it after they became like a former client, basically.
That's tough. It's funny. I just was on Reddit last week too, and someone was saying that I think they said maybe psychiatrist or psychologist, they were sleeping with them, and it's just, you hear this stuff and it's sensationalized. I am just here to say, any good therapist, psychiatrist, social worker, we're not out there doing that shit. I'm not out there flirting with my clients or sleeping with clients. Like, that just doesn't happen. Yes, there's a rare
Of all
occasion
the
where this does
fish in the
happen.
sea, by the way, of all the fish,
Yes. And even if there was some attraction, you got to find a way to excuse yourself from that client and like reevaluate, go get supervision, go talk to your own therapist about this. I mean, there's just, again, like, I don't want people out there thinking that, like, you see it on TV too. All the therapists are like sleeping with their clients, whether it's male or female. This stuff, yes, occasionally it happens, but I want to reassure everyone that we are upheld by ethics, morals, our own personal beliefs in this stuff. Like, this really does not happen as much as I guess the media would like to have you believe, or but I'm sorry that it does happen because it's not supposed to happen. This is not how therapy, or even the teaching profession. I just saw another case where there was a couple of females that were under investigation for sleeping with students along this line. This is not supposed to happen. This is breach of power and trust, and this is not supposed to happen. It's different too when you have adults in a college setting. Then you're both over 18. It's different. But still, this is not anyone who's in a position of power. If it's a teacher, a therapist, a supervisor, that's why there's rules and boundaries for this stuff to not happen, because it's just at minimum it's an abuse of power and the dynamic is off. At max, it can be a lot of other stuff. So
can
I
I
don't
just
know.
be
I'm still
the
wrapping my head
like? Can we just be so real though for 1 second here? Because I just need to know this because in just my social work program, and I need to give context to where I went to school. I went to school at a private, small Catholic college. Not Catholic, by the way, y'all.
around.
I'm just like, I went there, right? But
Yeah.
private, small Catholic. There was no more than like 20 people in our class at a time.
Mhm.
Most of my professors openly admitted and like vented to us about how much they couldn't either stand their job or how busy they were or how much
Mhm.
grading they have to do or all the stuff they have you
Yeah.
doing, which is a whole separate issue that I'm not going to get into. But
Mhm.
I'm out here like, where do you have time to do the hanky panky with your students if you're that
Well, I
in
guess,
medical
after,
school?
that's the thing. And again, I think at the bare minimum, this is an abuse of power, because this is someone
Yeah.
who, let's face it, their grade, their future, their profession is dependent almost directly on if you pass or fail them. I don't, it's one thing if after you graduate, you revisit the relationship, I suppose, but I think this is a tough situation with someone who's currently under their power. And it's like, even if you decide to leave, are they going to retaliate against you? There's so many unknowns, and that's got to be really scary to navigate.
What do you think of the
Oof.
parents being like, go along with it and just deal?
And I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know if they're trying to protect her. Like I said, like, okay, if you break up with him, he's going to fail you. He's going to tank your career. It could be out of fear for saying that. I don't know kind of what their reasoning was behind that. Um, but I mean, I can see why they're like, don't rock the boat. We don't want to jeopardize. Medical school's hella expensive. Hello. So I can see why they don't want to jeopardize that. But at the end of this
Is this
needs a
not
lot
like an
more
easy? I
content.
need to know because I'm like, is this not an easy lawsuit you could win?
Well, I mean, we need a lawyer on here. We need like a third
We need
person
a
lawyer,
lawyer.
because I don't know. I don't know because I don't know because it sounds like it was consensual. They're both, I'm assuming, adults, but again, I don't know if there's any kind of written ethical code from the university that prohibits this. There's so much unknown we'd have to figure out before we could even like begin to break it down. But I think at the end of the day, like if you're feeling uncomfortable, there's like a dean, there's a head of students, there's a counseling center there. Like there's certainly resources for her to go with. Maybe even if you're uncomfortable, maybe you do a consultation with a lawyer that says like, hey, this is the situation I'm in. What are my options here? I think that's always a good idea to be informed, even if you don't move forward with anything. But at bare minimum, just we'd probably talk with this person and say like, hey, what do you want to do here? Do you want to remain in this relationship? Do you feel safe? Do you want out of this? Like, I don't know this person's motivations. They didn't really say that they wanted to get out of it, but they didn't say
Mm-hmm.
they wanted to
I
stay
know.
in it. So,
It's kind of
oof,
like they're
it's a
torn.
lot.
I want to know how they found out they had a wife.
Well, I feel like you can find out anything on like socials. So they probably just like Googled the person and then
Maybe.
boom.
I don't know if wife is posted up on there. I don't know if they found a picture of the
But
house. Like I don't really know,
right.
but
Could be, but damn. Oh, that's a tough situation. I feel for you. I think like just talking to someone, getting some kind of outside perspective again, like maybe meeting with someone outside that can kind of help you walk through this a little bit more in depth than we can do in like a 5 minute type thing.
yeah. Well, that was a pretty deep one. We appreciate the write in.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough situation. But I think like there's always a way out of something. There's always options. You're never stuck anywhere. Like I said, there's like going to the dean of students. If there's some kind of like HR at the university, talking to a lawyer about this kind of stuff. There's someone that can help you kind of navigate this and just trying to find some resources for that.
Absolutely. I don't know. I don't know. Talk to some lawyers. I don't know. The only one I
Yeah,
know
see what your
online
options
is
are.
the
Yeah,
only
see
one
what
I
your
know
options
online is
are.
like Attorney Martinez, who does like the pink lawyer immigration stuff. So maybe do some googling, but because that's the only
That's
one
what I
I
said. Yeah,
know.
there's lawyers that specialize in kind of like sexual harassment. Again, I don't know if that's what this is, but
Are you
it's certainly if
from Detroit? Because we have Yamana.
I was just thinking about her, but she does more like immigration law, right?
Does she? I don't know what she does. Okay.
I think she does more like immigration, but look, there's always someone that can help you out. There's resources. Social workers are really good at helping kind of connect people to community resources. So yes, I feel bad for this person.
This is
That's
a
a
good
tough
one to bring to
situation to be
therapy
in.
to get you started. Let's just say that.
That's what I was gonna say. Like even just starting with exploring your feelings on this. How are you in this relationship? Are you happy? And then just exploring the dynamics of this. Is this an equal partnership? Do you feel
Mm-hmm.
threatened? Do you feel like, lower than this person? So all good things to explore the dynamic before you even have to make a decision on any of the other stuff, like talking to someone about how it makes you feel.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree. Oh my goodness. Well, if you're listening out there, good luck. Let us know if you need more, whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Just give us an
frustrating, but
update.
we appreciate you
Hmm.
bringing it in too.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Kelly, what is your obsession this week then? And I just realized I forgot to do this last episode too.
Yes, I know we were like rushed last week. And also, are you wearing the same shirt from last week? I just
You know what?
noticed.
I actually am, and I like
It's okay.
totally like didn't even think about that.
I just recognized it because I was thinking it's like a dry fit shirt that I own, but that's fine. You know what? Who cares? Let's normalize wearing the same outfit more than once, actually. I love that.
Yeah,
Obsession, just getting ready for traveling. Yeah, getting ready for traveling, getting away, just going, yeah, getting some alone time, some girl time. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for suitcases and figuring out spots in Boston for when you do your tour I can recommend
I
for you.
better see like every plane photo, getting on the plane with your bag photo, getting out of
Yes.
the plane because your stories are always so extra. I better see like some
Some
real shit.
Oh, you know it. I'll be the content queen over the next week. So check, yes,
I
keep checking for that.
Every
What
time
about
she
you? What are
posts,
you?
y'all, I'm always DMing her. I'm like, where the fuck are you going now?
I know I always feel like I'm like going somewhere. I feel like I'm always going somewhere random. Like, I don't know. I like to just dress up and go out and like go do fun stuff. So
I'm telling
keeping that
you,
trend
the
going.
early 2010s are coming back. Everyone's wanting to go out and go everywhere now. Normalize going out again.
Yeah, seriously.
You know,
Yes. Like, we got locked up in the house for a couple of years. Like we got to go live life again and enjoy it. So
go
yes.
people.
What
This
about
is
you?
coming from the overstimulated autistic host over here, by the way. So go
There we
people.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yes. Get out there. What about you? How's your obsessions this week?
My big obsession is that, well, I have two things. I am starting a health journey. So I want to
Mhm.
announce that on here because I want to do a couple episodes where I update it and maybe do some accountability. But I have decided to really get serious about my weight loss, not because you all call me fat on the internet every week, but this is
That's
something I've been
terrible.
struggling with
People are
for a
the
while.
worst.
Yeah, those are
Mhm.
always great to see right as you're getting ready to get started too. It's like, oh, how encouraging. So I'm getting ready to get
Disgusting. You
serious
need to
about
stop.
that. I'm getting ready to sign up for
Mhm.
a nutritionist. So right now I am weighing in at 280, and we will see where I end up. And we're gonna do it reasonably and moderately, but seriously, because we need to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's good. So in your weight loss, I guess we're just going to call it like a health journey, just to make you
sure.
healthier overall. Weight loss is going to be a huge.
I don't really have like a weight goal. I just have like where like I have a certain way I want to feel at this point. And
Mhm.
I know part of that is losing weight because my knees and back hurt. So whenever
Yeah.
the knees and back stop hurting, that's where I'm like, maybe that's where about where I should be to start.
So how are you going to tackle this? Like, what is your health plan look like?
Well, I've been talking with my therapist, and she's getting me hooked up with a dietitian. So part of my problem, so this is like a little like ADHD, autism, like awareness for everybody. A lot of us who
Mhm.
have ADHD and autism, we experience this condition called ARFID, and in the last year or so, I've learned about this. So I'm going to
Okay.
totally butcher the actual name of it. It's called avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. And basically, you have a lot of sensory issues with food. You have a lot of
Mhm.
texture issues with food. It's kind of like having the taste buds of a 3 to 5 year old, but then, like, for some reason, you developmentally don't get out of a lot of it to a point where it's like
Okay.
significant. And I've realized for a lot of my life, I've been dealing with this. Even when I was like
Mhm.
super healthy and like super active, I had to have food made
Yeah.
a certain way because the texture was
Yeah.
just really weird, and I never knew this was a thing until like 2 years ago, and I started talking about it more with my therapist. And as we've
Mhm.
explored it, we're like, yeah, this sounds like this would be something co-occurring that you would be experiencing. So I'm trying to learn more about
Okay.
that and feeling like, okay, how can I prepare
Yeah.
things that fit my sensory needs, but also give me every nutrition that I need.
Mhm.
So really trying to like build a better relationship with food in terms of a sensory component. But also
Mhm.
I just want to get back and active. I loved being active. I used to work out 6, 7 days a week, sometimes for like 2, 3 hours a day sometimes.
Yeah.
And just because I loved it, I loved always going to like hiking trails, walking trails. I love doing like MMA training. I love so many things, and I love
Mhm.
biking. And
Yeah.
having an office job, I don't know, Kelly, if you can relate to this or not, because you are the fit queen that I know of, right?
I try. I try.
Your back and neck hurt like holy hell,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
from being
Yeah.
hunched over. It doesn't matter how
Yes.
you sit your posture. It doesn't matter. Like it's always just gonna hurt
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just focused
Well,
on,
good for you.
trying to find little things I can do to, increase nutritional needs for sensory, and then just adding what do you call it? Adding exercise in my life. But that's pretty much it right now. We don't have a
Awesome.
huge plan. We're just gonna start with that and
It's
work
okay.
our way out.
Yeah, sometimes it's better. People oftentimes come with these huge, massive, lofty goals, which is great, but that's a lot of times when they fail is because like it's all or nothing. But I love
Mhm.
like just kind of starting out, seeing where it's going, baby steps, small, attainable goals, so you can keep that motivation going, keep that kind of snowball effect going. And I know for me, working out is just honestly the only like the number one thing for my mental health. That's why I try to do it, 5, 6 days a week. It's just really it's we have limited time for ourselves, and working out and just feel that endorphin hit is unlike anything else. It sucks dragging yourself to the gym, even if you have a workout machine in your basement. It sucks getting the motivation. It's like getting dressed for the gym, pain in the ass. The drive over there, you're trying to think of everything you can to convince yourself not to go, and all the other things you could be doing. But after that workout's done, you just feel so good. You gave back to your body. You're moving your body, respecting your body. It's the best feeling ever. So there's such a huge link between exercise and mental health too. I give you props. That's awesome.
Well, I was gonna say this. At this point in my life, I don't even have an excuse because literally I wear this in sweatpants all the time. Like I have no excuse
Mhm.
but to take my ass to a gym now. So it's like I can't even say I don't want to
Well,
get
there you go.
dressed.
Hey, whatever motivates you, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, whatever motivates you. So that's my main
Yes.
obsession that
Well,
I'm proud of. And then the other one, I only have to say I wasn't gonna cut this, but we already said in the beginning, so I kind of have to announce this now. But
yes.
I am now finished with my book.
Yay! I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. So tell us a little bit about the book.
Yeah, so the book is all about lessons I've learned as a therapist with ADHD in my 20s, and I'm basically taking all the lessons I've learned from both the perspective of being a therapist and just someone being, having ADHD. I'm
Love it.
sharing that for Gen Zers, basically, people in their 20s.
Mhm.
So I'm passing down,
Awesome.
the old person millennial and teaching the next generation, hey, you can actually make your life a little bit easier than I learned these, over time. You can just
Yeah.
learn them today. But I'm super excited for this because I've been writing this book for like 8 years, and it's went through like 6 or 7 different changes at this point, and it's done a bunch of different rewrites. And so I'm just glad that now that the draft is done, we have it sent out to our reviewers right now to just kind of give us our feedback. We have it in editing right
Great.
now. And I
Mhm.
did say on this podcast a few weeks ago, I was like, my goal is by the end of July or something to finish this book or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it was June. Maybe I'm a little late. I don't know. But I said around this
No,
time
that's
I was
great.
going to finish this book, and I was like, I'm so proud that I did it. And yeah, so maybe now that I announced my health goal, maybe I'll do that next because I put it on here.
Yes, that's so awesome. I'm so proud of you. Look at you getting stuff done, and then yeah, hopefully a book tour soon, and just helping people out with your knowledge. So, congratulations! It's been a good week for
Thank you.
you. I think it's been a good week overall. No
It's
complaints.
it's been a good
So,
week. I haven't seen, stay tuned, but I haven't seen much
well,
happen this
you
week.
never
So
know. You never know. Things can change,
last
but for
episode
the
was kind of
moment,
a, yeah, but
I know I was just thinking about that. Yeah,
no.
but good.
I
Okay.
never
Well,
thought I'd
things
see
are
the
good.
president's ear so often on Twitter, by the way. So
Yes. Yeah. It's been a lot of that.
it's been a lot of ear
Okay.
gate. So yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. All right. Well, next time I see you, I'll return from my vacation and hopefully I'll be like more rested and yeah, ready to tackle the rest of the summer. The back half of the summer, we're like halfway over. So we got to keep enjoying, moving forward, being more present. That's also my goal I want to work on. So we got this.
we got this. All right,
All
guys.
right,
Until next
everyone. Send
time,
in
you all
those
take care.
questions. Send
Oh,
in your viewer and send in the viewer questions too, because we need more letters to respond to. So,
that is true. That is true. We need more questions. We have
yes.
more. Yeah, we need all of that. So bring it in, and we will see you all next time then.
Yes. Sounds good. Bye, guys.